The results aren't even in yet, but the Trump haters are already melting down and pushing insane doomsday scenarios about a possible Trump victory today. One clown is warning how Trump might ban historians from writing books.
If historians in the future are allowed to write books, and by the way, that question is open this morning.
In the post-election period in 2020 was that he was a unique threat. Strike the verb tense. He is a unique threat to the constitutional order.
70 million plus that will be voting for a man who said he was going to assassinate for treason the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, who's going to execute Liz Cheney with a firing squad.
A far-right dictatorial regime like Hitler's Germany or Franco's Spain or Mussolini's Italy.
This is a do-or-die election in many ways.
If he wins, he arguably becomes the most powerful president of our lifetimes because you have the Supreme Court has done the immunity decision.
But that doesn't take the cake from the queen of TDS meltdowns, Nicole Wallace, freaking out at J.D. Vance.
Oh, my God. Can I see that again? Can we play that again?
In 2 days, we are going to take out the trash in Washington, D.C., and the trash's name is Kamala Harris.
Forgive me one more time. In my humble view, lights out. Women, you can disagree with us. We've actually learned to take it for our whole careers all the time in every forum. But you call us trash? Oh, J.D. Vance, you just effed up in a way that I've never seen in my political life, and I worked for Sarah Palin.
Okay, then in a way that she's never seen in her political life, Dana, has this woman not heard the Democrats calling all Republicans trash?
I mean, and deplorables, and like there's a lot to swallow with all of that. I think the Oprah thing is what's really disingenuous. To say that the country is not going to exist anymore, first of all, it's just ridiculous. And the other thing is, she had never endorsed a candidate before. She decided to do it for Kamala Harris this time. So, okay, maybe she actually thinks, does she actually think the country is not going to exist? He was president for 4 years. Mm-hmm. What do they think he's going to do if he wins tonight? And he might win tonight. The historian, Michael Beschloss, who was interviewed there, we showed a clip of him. He actually said that historians might be banned if Donald Trump is elected. Like, who's going to have the time to ban the historians anyway? There's plenty of other things to have to fix. And here's my last point. Democrats that are running for re-election in the Senate races in some of the key battleground states, they started running ads showing how they could work so well together with Trump, because that was how they were going to win. So they're trying to have it both ways. It's either, you can't have it both ways. He's either the person who's going to end democracy on January 21st, the day after he takes office if he wins, or he's the one that you can get along with and that you can do bipartisan deals with, and that you're happy to have him around and have him in your campaign ads. You can't have it both ways.
Well, Harold, if Trump does win, I mean, what is the next thing that the Democrats will do? Will they continue to call him Nazi and a fascist? Will they have a breakdown? And will they continue with the divisive rhetoric?
I hope the divisive rhetoric ceases, period, on both sides. In the last 15 to 20 years, the decorum and rhetoric and culture of politics has changed in ways that make it somewhat unrecognizable at times. There's not an issue in my mind of having a strong political disagreement with someone. We sometimes around this table have serious and meaningful disagreements about policy issues, but it would never cause me to question your character, your integrity. It's so easy now in politics. In fact, I think people believe they're rewarded if they not only disrespect but attack someone's character because they have a disagreement with them. President Trump is not immune to this. He has certainly been a part of this culture. I don't blame him for all of it, but unfortunately, he is a part of it, as are a lot of political voices are. But I'll answer your question. I will be, if he wins, Judge, I will be one of the first, if not the first on this network as a Democrat to say it's time now to get on with trying to usher in a new era of harmony and peace, reconciliation, healing, and hopefully some results for the American people. And I would hope that both sides, my side of the aisle and the other side of the aisle, would champion that as well.
Jesse, I'll ask you the same question. How do you think the Democrats are going to react? We remember New York City the night that Donald Trump won in 2016. We also remember that huge march when he won in Washington, D.C. with the hats. I won't mention them. What do you see happening? Will the divisive rhetoric by the Democrats, will he no longer be Hitler and no longer a fascist?
No, they're still going to call him that. I don't think you're going to see violence because Trump's a known entity. The first time it was a freak out. The second time it's like, that's why we're having him back, because he was better than the big guy. But MSNBC is going to be a psych ward. And they're going to position themselves as the anti-Trump place to go, where you want to have anger, hate, conspiracy theories, predictions that don't work out. And Comcast has already gotten ahead of it because they're going to spin off MSNBC. And they can see it coming a mile away. No one wants this property under their corporate umbrella. It's just going to be nuts. They'll probably get sued, and they might have psychic breakdowns on the air. Now, if Fox and Friends were to handle a loss, you know, I watched Fox and Friends during the Obama years, the Biden years. They weren't screaming and tearing their hair out. I mean, they were playing goofy ping pong games half the time. If you watch MSNBC in the morning, it's like every day they're crying. You can't wake up and put on good television like that. And I'm just wondering about Mika and Joe, their marriage. Like, how does their marriage survive? And I want their marriage to survive, but do you go home and take that with you? I pray for them. Now, I always think about my career long term. And I say to myself, Jesse, do I want to then in 4 years humiliate myself? Because what happens in 4 years if Donald Trump leaves after governing effectively and then goes back to Mar-a-Lago? Everybody on MSNBC looks like a clown. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.